My dad is the best man I know. Not just good, phenomenal. He wasn't just a father. He was my rock, my safe place, my entire world. He once took a day off work because I cried over a dumb fight with my best friend in 7th grade. We spent the day eating pie, watching cartoons, and walking in the park. When money was tight, he still made sure I had a scoop of my favorite ice cream, even if it meant skipping his lunch. He never brought another woman into our lives while I was growing up. He said he didn't want me to be confused about my mother's place in our hearts. He just wanted to focus on raising me right. And he did. So when he finally started dating, I was thrilled. He deserved happiness. And I wanted to see him smile like that again. He met Catherine at a bookstore. At first, he spoke about her with light in his eyes. He brought her flowers just because. He smiled more often. His laughter returned, and so did the way he whistled when he cooked. It warned me. He looked alive again. I didn't meet her until I graduated high school. She showed up with a quiet, gentle demeanor. Her voice was soft, polite. She wore pastel cardigans and brought a homemade casserole. I thought she was lovely. First. One afternoon, we were eating pizza in the kitchen when my dad went to the bathroom. Catherine looked at my plate, then reached over and took 3 slices. "Your metabolism won't last forever," she said coldly. "You'll thank me one day." Then she placed them back in the box with a smile. I was stunned. I couldn't speak. When Dad returned, she lit up like sunshine. He gushed about how amazing she was, how she changed his life. He even mentioned proposing. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want to ruin his happiness. So I smiled. And I said I was happy for him. A few days later, he surprised me with a short family vacation to a discounted Miami resort. Just the 3 of us. The idea of Catherine and the beach made my stomach twist, but I didn't say anything. I packed sundresses, shorts, and cute tops, trying to be positive. Maybe I was wrong about her. Maybe it was just a bad moment. But it wasn't. On our first day at the pool, I was settling in with lunch when Catherine leaned over and pinched the skin on my upper arm. "Darling, you look like a beluga whale," she said. Then she dumped my tray into the trash. "If you want boys to like you, you can't be a greedy little pig." I felt my face burn. My appetite vanished. I wrapped myself in a towel and spent the rest of the day avoiding food. From that moment, everything changed. I started fasting, pretending to eat when my dad was around. Catherine praised me, told me I was finally looking more elegant. "You'll look like me soon," she said. By the time we got home, the damage was done. I ate almost nothing. My clothes hung on me. I lost hair. I was dizzy, cold, tired. One morning, my dad walked in on me staring at my ribs in the mirror. His voice broke. "What happened to you?" I was weak and tired and hungry. And without thinking, I said, "Catherine told me I should lose weight." I'd never seen my dad's face change like that. He picked me up literally and carried me into the kitchen. He made chicken Alfredo from scratch and sat beside me until I finished the whole plate. Then I heard him yelling. Real yelling. Not like him at all. When he came back, his face was red. "We broke up," he said quietly. I tried to protest, tried to defend her, but he cut me off. "She's an adult. She knew better. She's gone." That night, we watched Vampire Diaries reruns and shared popcorn. I felt safe again. For the first time in weeks, I slept without hunger or shame. But the next morning, everything crumbled again. I walked into the kitchen and Catherine was there, flipping pancakes like nothing had happened. She smiled sweetly. "Good morning, sweetie." I froze. She said they talked things through, that he understood how I'd lied about her. I thought she was bluffing until she slid her phone across the counter. Audio clips. Me supposedly thanking her for her help, telling her I wanted to lose weight. But it was doctored, cut together from different conversations, completely out of context. Then she showed me an ultrasound. "It's twins," she said. "He always wanted a big family." She told me he was at a hotel, devastated and trying to decide what to do. She had my keys in her pocket. She smiled like she owned the place. I felt like a prisoner. I couldn't eat, couldn't call anyone, couldn't even step outside. I messaged my dad from my laptop. No answer. Catherine walked around redecorating, humming to herself. She moved the living room furniture, reorganized the pantry, threw out things I'd loved for years. Eventually, I climbed out my bedroom window and ran to our neighbor, Mrs. Chin. She let me call my dad. I told him everything. The fake recordings. The envelope. How she was manipulating everything. He sounded shocked but cautious. I need proof, he said. That night, I waited for Catherine to leave her phone on the counter. I found everything. The voice synthesis app. The fake messages. Screenshots of tech support with a guy named Mike, who helped her manipulate my voice. Even a signed lease for an apartment across town. She was planning to move in even before telling my dad. I transferred it all to a memory card and sent it to myself. Then I arranged to meet my dad. He showed up at the coffee shop looking hollow. He sat across from me, arms crossed. I handed him the folder. He went page by page. His face slowly drained of color. When he reached the fake voice messages, he sat back and covered his face. She lied about everything. He showed me texts from her warm, loving updates. All fake. I told him about the pool. The arm pinch. The way she made me feel like I didn't deserve to exist. His jaw clenched. We're going home. When we pulled into the driveway, her car was already there. She greeted him at the door with a smile. It vanished when she saw me. He said nothing. Just walked past her, went to their room and started packing her things. She screamed, begged, cried, turned on me. You ruined everything, she spat. Then she lunged at me. But my dad stepped between us. Get out, he said. And she did. That night he changed the locks, reset the alarms, put the house back the way it used to be. We ordered pizza, watched movies, and for the first time in weeks I felt peace. But it wasn't over. She kept trying. Flowers, emails, messages from her sister. Even showed up at my school. I had already warned security. My dad stood firm. He filed for a restraining order, hired a lawyer, and signed us both up for therapy. When the twins were born, Noah and Emma, my dad was there. He couldn't be her partner anymore. But he still wanted to be their father. And he was. I met them during his first visitation. They were tiny, soft, with his eyes, her dark hair. Despite everything, they were innocent. And I loved them. Catherine continued pushing her narrative online. That she was abandoned while pregnant. That I turned my dad against her. But truth has a way of rising. People saw through it. Quietly but clearly. We rebuilt. Slowly. My dad eventually met someone new. Nothing like Catherine. No manipulation. No drama. Just kindness. Warmth. Patience. I stayed local for college. Studied psychology. My senior thesis? Emotional manipulation in blended families. I turned our pain into something useful. My dad and I stayed close. The twins grew up with love and structure. Our old booth at the diner now had 2 high chairs. Life didn't turn out how we expected. But it turned into something beautiful. We weren't perfect. But we were real. And strong. And full of love.